So what are your concerns about the new startup, the new show this week?
The biggest concern is how do you convey, for agents tuning in, how do you convey immediately that it's not a show from a certain brokerage? That literally every host is from a different brokerage, and not just a couple, but like almost any brokerage you could think of, you're eventually going to see a host of the show. And I think that's what makes it unique.
Welcome to Under Contract Live.
Hey, welcome back to Under Contract Live. What an appropriate place and way to relaunch the podcast, the show, by the way, that's for realtors, by realtors, right? So it's all about you, the agent. We're going to get into some quick content here in just a moment, but take a look around. We're in this $4 million luxury property here at Marina Point. Let's talk about how does an agent get into this luxury market. We know that there's a huge influx of buyers coming in Florida, but I say they're different buyers, right? We're getting a lot of high price point buyers. Let's talk about a couple of ways that agents can realistically plug into those buyers. So one would be things like joining Facebook groups that carry the demographic that we're looking for.
Absolutely, because you have the mom groups, you have boating groups, you have hockey. Listen, there are a lot of people that you can connect with on like social media, Facebook, Instagram. So connect in those groups. Make sure that you're in those groups, being active. Make sure people know that you are quote unquote a realtor, not realtor. Okay.
Right.
So but connect on your social media. Use it. It's the cheapest and the best way to get yourself out there at this time.
Yeah, and all these things we'll talk about are free things to do. When I think about the demographic of that particular group, right? We know neighborhoods and things like that, but think about, what about boating? What about yachting? What about equestrian groups? What about a group would attract someone that maybe has a little bit higher spending potential, right? A little more disposable income, so we can get the money on this. It's not about the money, Dave.
It is about the money. If you're standing in a $4 million penthouse.
Okay, it's about the money, right?
It's about the money, right?
I think it's the goal of every agent to move up a little bit as far as that goes.
The biggest thing that I always teach people about professional development is to show up. So if you're not really that busy or your business has a slump or it's kind of slow, what you need to do is come to these new builders, especially Marina Point, since we're already here. Also, you need to talk to them and become their partners. Give them your card, ask them for advice. How can I help you grow your business? How can you help me grow my business? And then you take one of their brochures and you know it from the front to the back. You need to understand what they offer. So when you get that client, you understand where to take them.
Yeah, and I think really qualifying the builder is a big deal. You build that rapport and relationship. It's just like, for example, here at Marina Point, we have JT, who you'll get a clip from in just a moment. But, not only building a relationship with JT, but qualifying him or interviewing him in the sense of what is helping JT right now at this particular property? What seems to be working for agents that he's working with? Yeah. And who are the builders, what is the advertising, what does that look like? How are they putting it out there? Who are they targeting? And maybe we can come alongside that, leverage the builder's USPs and go after that same audience at the same time.
Yeah, you got to think partnership. This is your partner in this. So you have to think partnership, partnership, partnership. You are a partner with the builder. You bring them your client. You're expecting them to take care of that client. And when that client is done, then that client's going to come and give you what? The referral business. And we're talking about money at that point because they're going to refer their other $4 million clients.
How many agents went live today, by the way? All right. You hear the crowd, and I admire everyone in this room, by the way, but I want to thank all of you for coming out, not only supporting us at the show, but ultimately, you're out developing your real estate career, and this is exactly what we're talking about. You're showing up at an event for agents at a $4 million listing, a luxury property.
Absolutely.
Our clients see that. That's why I asked, are you going live, right? Because, hey, that's what people are seeing.
That's what they want. Yeah. They want to know you're busy, actually. So. Yeah,
they want to know that you have some credibility as an agent. We just want to get their attention, right? Look at us. We're silly. We're up here at this. We're doing a show. It's kind of crazy, but ultimately everything we do is to get the attention of the consumer so that we have an opportunity.
Absolutely.
Wanted to mention a couple things to help you guys out as far as marketing. We are noticing that about 50% of our clientele is coming from Florida. And about the other 50% is coming from out of state. As you all know, a lot of folks from New York, New Jersey, Chicago, a lot of those are the states that are moving a lot into Florida. But we're also seeing a lot of folks that live on the coast that want to move out of older buildings and move into new construction. Guys, this building was designed to the Miami Building Code, which is a far above and beyond what's required here in Hillsborough. So we have a lot of folks that have, properties on the beach, on the ocean, and they're living on a building that's 20 to 40 years old, and they're thinking, you know what, I think I want to move to new construction. We're only a 25, 30-minute drive to the Gulf beaches from here. But this is brand new construction, so that's something that's very important to keep in mind.
I mean, you've got a resource here. It's unbelievable. And you have access to property. Continue to carry that relationship forward so that other people notice and then reach out to you.
Yeah, we've had over 6 reservations in the last 7 days. So you got to take advantage of this higher commission, of the incentives for the buyer while we can, because I think that come this fall we could potentially already be mostly sold by the end of the year.
When a consumer asks an agent, whether it's a buyer or seller, is it a good time to buy? What would an agent normally respond with?
Every agent's automatically going to say yes.
Okay, so if they have someone that wants to sell and they ask them, is it a good time to sell, what would they say?
Every agent that I'm aware of, their work answer, their profession answer is going to say yes. Okay, because they want the deal.
See, this is what feeds right into this guy, Drayton Nay, that's got this big following, right?
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, and I call BS also.
I mean, Michelle and I were having this talk yesterday, actually, and she said, "Would you buy right now, Andre?" And I said, "No."
Oh, no. Oh, okay.
I said
think
no.
that's the real measurement, really.
I said no.
That is the
yeah,
measurement.
that really would. I was like, I would not buy today.
I wouldn't either.
Because so the prices are still at a peak. Now you have the interest rates at the peak.
Would you sell right now?
This is the scenario with selling. And this is where I believe it depends on your scenario. If you were to sell, to not buy right now, and you have a game plan, yes. Because right now you're still gonna get a little more for your money
I think so
than
too.
you would have pre-COVID.
Yeah.
But if you're selling to buy, all that money you just made is gonna probably have to go to the new purchase for you to kind of even itself out. And then you're gonna have to swallow that you gave up a rate of such and such for that. However, if you're a cash seller, cash buyer, the rates don't matter. So they're like, yeah, I'm gonna sell now, and I'm gonna take advantage of these high rates because I'm cash anyways.
Yeah.
And cash now is king again. And I will say this, what I'm seeing a lot more of now, and I'm seeing agents do it too, they're promoting a lot more off-market stuff. They're like, hey, I could find you something. Just let me know what you're looking for. I'll go find you something, and I'll go door knock and stuff like that.
Right.
And you know how that game works. They'll door knock. I have a buyer, and they might not.
What do you mean they might not? They don't.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And they're just trying to get in the door.
I know you're a car lover, but
Oh, yeah.
But how much did the real estate opportunity weigh into you justifying buying a Lamborghini?
So I remember I was working for Verizon Wireless, and I was with them for about 8 years prior to getting into general real estate. And actually I was working for a builder like you, then got into the general real estate. And I remember at the general real estate, the builder I was saving, we made a decent, cushy 6-figure income. So it allowed me to, and you're stuck in an office, so you weren't able to go shopping while you're working, unless you do Amazon guy at the time.
Right.
So I was able to save. I was always a car guy. At that time I had a Corvette. And I remember
the yellow one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I remember it was really kind of an excuse to get the car. I told her, I think I'm gonna get rid of the Corvette and get a Lamborghini. And I told her I think it'll help with business. And
did you almost fall over when he said that?
No, because he had to get my stamp of approval first.
which she approved after I showed it to her. It was
But
like
it
a
made a lot of
purpley blue.
sense.
And what it did was it brought me out to where, hey, Andre's a Lambo guy.
Right.
Because there, at that time, which is different now because there's a lot more on the road, But that time, we didn't really see many. It was an
You
exclusive
make it sound like it
vehicle.
was 30 years ago, but it was
I know.
only 5 years ago.
Only a
maybe?
few. I had the Lambo 3 years ago, and at that time there was not many Lambos. Now they're all over the place. We do live in Central Florida, South Florida, kind of, and they're all over the place. But at that time, I was able to utilize that car for my branding. It was a conversation piece. I would go to a car show. What do you do for a living? Is what everyone asks when you own a car like that. What do you do for a living? And I explained what I did, and I gave a card. Go to a gas station. Nice car. What do you do? This is what I do. And then I just kept.
Plus, it positions you around all the people with those vehicles.
Oh, yeah.
That obviously,
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot of them are affluent.
Oh yeah.
And now you have now you're Andre versus
Yes.
a realtor versus
Yeah.
some realtor.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I started the Cuban Sandwich Review.
I think that part of the magic of it is how simple it is, because it's like you have the same it's kind of like we try to do with the show, right? Like a format where it's this segment, this segment,
Yep,
this segment.
yep.
And when I see the review, it's like, you say where you're at, you come out with a sandwich, you know the rules.
Yep.
One bite, but
Yep.
I'm probably gonna take two.
Yep, yep. Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
So like you have that down so well that I can repeat it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's only what's the length of the video probably?
I try to keep it under 2.5 minutes.
Under 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it goes by really quick,
Yeah.
but
Yep.
but the way that you do it, I watch it till the end, which
Yeah.
is a key, right?
Yes. And you can't be too long because you get bored.
Yeah.
You get boring. Most people just want to skim through.
Yeah.
I also.
And you usually have your exotic car in the background.
Yes, something
like,
of some
near
sort.
you.
If not that, Juicy will be in some of the videos.
Mm-hmm.
Something to change it up. Always have some type of logo traditionally of what I'm wearing. Sometimes not, because I don't want to seem like I'm forcing real estate.
Yeah.
And that's the other reason why I do it. It's all leading back to the business.
100%.
It's all like keeping in their ear.
Yeah.
You know, keeping out there in their ear. I had one friend and a customer tell me, yo, I'm at work all day, 10 to 6. I'm like, what job is that, man? I need that one. But 10 to 6. And he's like, I kind of watch you at work like a show, just to see what you're
Yeah.
doing. And I'm like, nice, man. And I've been told that a few times.
Yeah.
Let's close this thing out.
Let's do it. Let's go back to Marina Point and close out the show there.
So, hey, thanks for tuning in. We'll have some more major luxury tips coming up shortly. But hey, tune in next week to Under Contract Live, the show for realtors, by realtors. Thank you, KC. Boom.